Hi everyone, this is Gian, and today's topic is not again. Alright, so why is the topic not again? Now, this can be in relation to a relationship, a relationship with your partner, or it can be a relationship to family members, cousins, friends, anything. It can be parenting in relation to your child, and yeah, just in general relationships, even work relationships like with colleagues or if you're the boss to employees. And I'd really like you to look at the following. Have you ever noticed how when you're in communication with someone, or when you, for example, see someone do something that annoys you or irritates you or gets you angry, or it makes you react inside, makes you feel something inside, and your response will be, "Hey, stop it! Hey, I've told you before, don't do that." Or, "Hey, please be quiet," or "Be silent," or "What do you think you're doing?" Or it can be like, "Can you stop doing that?" Have you ever had moments like that in your life where you respond like that? It's like a reactive moment. And here I would like you to look at what I'm sharing today. What happens when we share our experience in a moment with that tonality, with that resonant point inside of us towards someone else? It may be anyone in your life. Okay, you've got to a relationship that's comfortable, and you have now felt that you can respond that way to this person because you're comfortable to a certain degree. Now, let's take an example. Okay, you have told someone in your environment to always put their music a little bit quieter, and they keep playing it loud, and you keep hearing the music, and you go up and you say, "Hey, turn that down." Now, when you speak in that tonality and that voice and that resonance towards someone, what you're actually doing is you are bringing up the past. You're bringing every single past moment ever that you've had with this person, where you've told them before, "Hey, can you please turn your music a bit down? I'm trying to focus." Or, "Hey, can you please turn your music down? I'm trying to study." Or, "Hey, can you please turn your music down? I'm trying to sleep." Or, "Hey, can you please turn your music a little bit down? My child is trying to sleep." And every single time that you've told this person over and over to turn down their music, you have accumulated inside of yourself every single moment, every single judgment or whatever went in your mind regarding to this person and, for example, playing music. You have accumulated all of it. Boom. And you've created like a bomb, like an atomic bomb inside of you. So now, for example, one day you hear the music again and you go in to the room or wherever they are and you say, "Hey, can you turn that music down?" And they go, "Yeah," and they turn it down. Okay. Now, what happened in that moment? It looks innocent, right? Like you got what you want, and you made sure the person understands you with how your tonality was, with how your presence was, and so forth. Now, what actually happens at that moment is you are living as the past, and you're bringing the past, and with that relationship with that person, you're bringing every single moment that you have ever had with that person in relation to that point. You're bringing everything here, and you are shooting them down. You are like punching them in the face, like boom, with your voice, your tonality, and you're placing everything on them again, bah, saying, "This is who you are." So in that moment, you participated in judgment, blame, and self-righteousness. And this is how you now are righteous. You blame them for your experience inside of yourself. You judge them for who they are and what they're doing. And now you have the two combined words that you're living. And now you are self-righteous. And therefore, when you stand in front of this person and you say to them, "You turn down that music," it's like a wave, shock wave, that shoots onto the person and imprints on a resonant level everything. So here I want you to look at specifically, why is this not cool? Why is this not a nice way to live or to communicate or interact with someone else, because you're here looking at blame, judgment, and self-righteousness. You're looking at three words here that you're living, that you're actually accumulating and manifesting in your life, and therefore cycles will repeat over and over. That's one of the points of why it's not nice, because you're living the words, you're playing them out, you're acting them out, and therefore you're creating it. The other point is, inside of yourself, it means you have a system of keeping score, keeping points. For every time this person plays music, you add it to your bucket. Every time they're disturbing you, you add it to your bucket. Every time you are experiencing yourself a certain way because of how they're playing music, you're adding it to your bucket. And this way, you have this bucket that you're carrying with you. And you have all this collected data that you're carrying with you every single day. And now imagine that's just one person. Now imagine your life, you know 20 people. And you do this with 20 people in different ways. And you don't necessarily have to remember it consciously the whole time. It all comes out in that moment that it's activated. It all comes out. And your tonality, your voice, your presence, everything just brings that bucket and pours everything over them. Boom! So in that, you are not allowing someone else to change. You are also not allowing real education to take place. Real education would be that you are new, always. So every single time, it doesn't matter if it happens a million times, that you hear the music playing in that other room that's disturbing you, to go up, to knock on the door, and to ask, hey, can you please turn down the music? This is my reason. To always be new, to always be clear, to always be, because that way you're connecting with the other person. That way you are actually being genuine in helping them to understand. But when you pour the whole past onto someone else for your tonality, your voice, your resonance, everything that you are doing, what happens? You are telling them that's who you are, and you cannot change. And that's why I am who I am, and therefore I cannot change either. So we're just going to always have this relationship of fighting, and we're just going to have to deal with that. We're just going to have to live with that forever. I'm just going to have to always shout at you and not explain to you. I'm just going to have to always use that tonality and that presence and not have to take 2 minutes or a minute to explain to you the reason. Because consider the other person's shoes, for example. They want to listen to loud music. You don't ever go to them and say, hey, you can listen to your music today as loud as you like. No, you only go to them when you want it to be silent. So when should this person ever know when they can play loud music? If that's what they would like to do, the same as how you would like to have quiet. So it's all about communication and effective communication. Not about shouting, fighting, resistance, and having revolutions in the house or guerrilla wars and bombing each other with words in the whole past and judging each other. So this is a point that I've realized for myself, and I just want to share that with you guys so you can see what I have seen and how I've realized that I have to stop how I respond to moments of reaction where I see something happens where I've told a specific person or being 20 times already to not do it that way. And now I just bring those 20 times and I just flush it on them in how I speak to them, how I behave towards them, how my presence are within them. But I'm not considering the other person's shoes. I'm not considering them at all. It's just me. You know, yeah, I want some quiet, but the other person doesn't want quiet. They want to have some loud music. They want to play. They want to make sound. But I don't ever tell them, hey, you can make sound today as much as you want. No, I only tell them to be quiet. So it's about communication and considering each other and to be real with each other. And to, instead of blaming for how we experience ourselves, take self-responsibility. Instead of judging the other person a certain way and holding them a prisoner of that image and likeness in your head of who you have defined them to be as your judgments, according to the blames that you place on them, according to what you are experiencing inside of yourself, and then to sound self-righteous. So let go of all of that and breathe. Let every moment be new. Any situation, even if the situation reoccurred for the millionth time, you have to be new. You have to be here. You have to be patient, calm, and Know thyself. Know that what's happening is every day new, even though it's happened yesterday for 10 past days. Doesn't matter. Every day has to be new. So we don't create wars, we don't create conflict, we don't create hate. So that's my message for today. Thank you very much. This is a 10-minute video. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something. Please share your comments, like and share and spread the message. Destiny out. Gian Robberts.